I'm going to do a little update on my review for the Minwax Fast Drying Polyurethane Clear Gloss. Like I said before, it's got a yellow tint to it, but for the color that I was using, it doesn't really matter. I think I was using a mahogany color, if I remember right. Here, let me look. Yeah, it was red mahogany. And after using it for a while, and almost being done with my table that I was doing, I would say instead of sanding it like everybody says and then polishing it, don't do that. Just put it on there and get it to lay as flat as possible, which it will lay really flat. And you'll, like, if you're doing it in a garage like my crappy one with dust and everything and bugs, you'll get a few things in it like dust, but as long as you can control everything and don't be opening doors and being crazy with it and like not even caring, you won't get very much stuff on it. And I would just polish it like with how it is on there, because like I've applied this multiple times to try to get like a shine to it. It's got a really good shine now, but when I would sand it and then I try to polish it, like, and I tried all sorts of like 2000, 3000 grit sandpaper, it would still leave swirl marks everywhere, and like I could see the scratches from the sandpaper, and it looked horrible. Like, it didn't look as shiny as it did as if you would just lay it on there and then polish it. And all I used this polish. It's like for a car. It's rubbing compound. That's what I used when I was painting quarter panels and stuff. This, and then I used this. I had some different cuts to it. They're like the grits to sanding it down for polishing it. And preferably I like this, but honestly I would get Scratch X and use that, but Scratch X is pretty expensive and for the amount that you get. But anyways, and I got my buffer thing there. It's got variable speeds on everything, and like I just usually have it maxed out and I just apply a light pressure and it seems to polish it really quick and really easy. But this stuff, I didn't even polish any of this. I just let it run down and got it super soaking wet. And it's got a pretty good shine to it. Like, it looks alright. It could be better, but you know, I'm not going to sit here and fucking dwell over it for the rest of my life about when somebody looks at it for 2 seconds and says, oh, it looks like shit, or if it looks good, you know? Like, nobody's even gonna notice, really. Like, if they just walk by, they'll be like, oh, damn, that's shiny, and then fucking carry on with their day. But it looks pretty good, I think. Like, I could probably put another coat on this, but I'm about out, and I don't feel like dicking with it anymore. I'm just gonna put it in the house eventually. It's got a nice shine to it in some spots. Some of the other spots, it's a little rough, but for the most part, I think it looks good. I would recommend getting this stuff. I went through thing because I kept messing the table up. I fucking with the sanding and everything, and I was like, man, it sure looks a lot shinier when I just lay it down flat and it just dries. And I figured I could just polish out those little imperfections, like some dust marks and everything, and it came out really good. Like shine wise, like I still got rubbing compound in the cracks and everything, but I'm gonna get that out eventually. But it's got a really good shine to it now. If you can see the reflection, like it's a little wavy because the wood is a little weird in the table, but it's just like an overlay over like what the fuck do they call that wood? Like fiberboard or whatever the fuck it's called. Like it's like that compressed wood. Whatever, but it's just layered over. I don't know. I didn't even know they did that until like I started doing this table, and then there were some spots that I got kind of like thin on, like right there, and I noticed that I was going through the wood into like glue, and you can kind of see it in here, but I just I touched that up with a little bit of black paint and it looks fine. At least that's what I did last time. Then I fucked it up again. Had to start over like 3 times. But it's really nice and shiny, I think. It's got a really good shine to it. Like I said, it could be better, but so could everything. It's got a really good shine to it, I think. It's pretty glassy-ish. But I would highly recommend this stuff. It's cheap. It's only like 10 or 11 bucks, whatever the hell. Something like that. Maybe 18. No more than that. I think I paid $12 for it or something at Walmart. I went through 3 of them because of my own mistakes. It would have probably only taken maybe one and a half. But I also have a lot dripping all over the floor and everything and everywhere. So if you keep it on the table, I'm sure you could just do it with one. Yeah, I would highly recommend this stuff. That's my little follow-up review. Everything turned out pretty good with it.